Democrats are missing the big point again. The point is immigration. There's currently a debate going on in the Democratic Party between those who say that they made a mistake in focusing too much on social issues. The Republican war on women, contraception, abortion, gay marriage, and so on, and that they should focus more on economic issues, in particular the ending of wage stagnation. And then there are the other side who say, no, social issues are paramount and we should be harping on special interest things for gays and for women and for other select elements of our constituency. But both sides are completely missing the point. You cannot address the issue of wage stagnation in this country without addressing the issue of immigration, because it is immigration that is causing a huge portion of the wage stagnation. The constant flow of people at the bottom end of the wage spectrum, willing to work for very little, is imposing a competitive constraint on people that are trying to bid up their wages with their employers. Employers know they can hire somebody for the minimum wage or less, who's willing to work for that kind of money from one of the supply of legal or illegal immigrants. And that constrains the wage demands of the workers in America, particularly those of the somewhat lesser paid workers. And the result is no income upward mobility. Now, this is not an abstruse point that only economists get. This is something every Democratic voter and every union member gets. And it's something that, frankly, they've historically gotten for 150 years. Going way, way back to the riots during the Civil War, when New York was occupied by Democratic copperheads, Irish immigrants, who sided with the South because they didn't want blacks in the North competing with them for wages. And it continued through the opposition to using Asian workers on the transcontinental railroads and so on. Lower-income people have always understood that an influx of immigrants willing to work for almost nothing held down wages. And that's a point that the Democratic Party and its leadership seems to miss entirely. So when you read about the critiques of people like Sherrod Brown, the ultra-left Democratic senator from Ohio, and Elizabeth Warren, who is saying the solution to income inequality is to go after the banks, which I approve of, raise the minimum wage, work on restructuring student loans, work on restructuring mortgages. All of that stuff is relatively beside the point. The really important point is to not let this demand for labor become overwhelmed by the massive influx of new people at the bottom. And that's a point the Democratic Party simply will not recognize. And until it does, it will never be able to fashion an economic issue out of wage stagnation. Because when Republicans answer immigration, the Democrats will have no reply to that. So it's kind of checkmate unless the Democrats realize what's going on in this country. Thanks for watching.